What's up guys, it's R13 and welcome to another Gunpla review, and today we are checking out the high-grade Gundam 00 Tieren ground type from the 00 Gundam series. Okay, so the history of this unit here is actually quite intriguing, specifically because this unit is a cannon fodder and made so many appearances in the series. Now, number one that I want to point out right away is some of its features had been based off an old unit that you guys will actually realize in the UC timeline, original timeline, specifically the Zaku. Now, the first thing that you guys will notice is the shield. There's two of them. The rotating mono eye, and the color scheme itself. Now, for the history of this unit here in the 00 timeline, now this unit is actually based off another unit called the MSJ-04 Phantom, and they've majorly upgraded the unit and they ended up having the Tieren ground type. Now, it's actually been used mainly by the Human Reform League. Now, this unit here is actually twice the mass of Gundam Virtue and a practical cannon fodder. It actually compared to the speed and mobility of the Gundam and other units, the Tieren ground type is actually slow, but overall they still managed to create multiple variants and was pitted against the Gundams in the series, specifically the Tieren space type that actually got mobility and a lot more firepower. And it's actually been used, there's one specifically that had been used by a super soldier, a female one. I actually forgot her name. I'll just, leave a picture of that unit somewhere there, and her name right over there. It's actually connected to the pilot of Gundam Curios, Alleluia Baptist. I just can't remember her name. Okay, now let's move forward here and let's talk about the extra parts here. Okay, so the extra parts, there's actually not a whole lot. Just this right hand, open palm right hand here. That's it. And then the stickers, it's this one here. That's it. I actually only used the one for the mono eye there. Now, just to let you guys know, I actually made a mistake in my unboxing. I thought this round ones here, this round stickers, I thought it was for the mono eye. I was wrong. It was actually for the weapon here. Yeah, and I actually prefer to paint it over rather than apply the stickers. It doesn't last long in my opinion. Okay, now for the next part is let's talk about the weaponries of this unit here. Now, the weaponries is the weapons this unit have is actually quite simple. The first one that I actually want to point out right away is the smooth bore gun, 200mm times 25 caliber or something like that. Please leave it in the comment section below if I actually pronounce that properly. Now, this is the smooth bore gun here that you can actually switch around. It's actually quite nice, and it actually got a special feature as well. You can actually switch this to the left forearm. There's actually a slot there, one of the special features that the Tieren have. And you can even make it kneel. Use the knee guard here and practically as a shield when using it against an enemy. Now, the other weapon that this unit have is the 30mm machine gun that is mounted at the left shoulder of the Tieren here, where I'm pointing at. Now, technically it's supposed to be orange, but it's sticker, so I didn't actually use it. And now you get your shields here. You get the shield in the shoulder shields, and then you get your big shield here. And I actually kind of like it. It's actually not that bad. Now, the other weapon that this unit have is the carbon blade, which is actually equipped right now. It's actually really nice. And you can actually, this actually reminds me of a Klingon weapon in Star Trek. And you know what, I once I remember it, I'll just leave it right over there. Yeah, this is actually quite an interesting unit per se, and I actually do plan on giving this detail practically immediately, and remove the seam lines and knobs, which I'll actually show you guys soon. Now the other feature that this unit have is actually quite nice. It can actually kneel, and you can actually equip the bore gun and make it looks like it's firing, as I mentioned already. And then the other part that this unit can do is you can actually use this to make a steady kneeling position as well. Okay, so that's actually the other features, all the features that this unit actually have. Now why don't we talk about the details of this unit, the knobs and the seam lines all together. Okay, I actually forgot to mention to you guys the other feature that this unit actually have that I really do like. It's the mono eye here, and I'm actually gonna remove this piece here, and you can actually rotate it. You can remove it easily. You can actually rotate the mono eye, which one of the features that I actually do like about this unit here. I'm really impressed that Bandai actually went to that extra length to actually design the Tieren to have a rotating like a moving mono eye. I'm really impressed with that. Now let's move forward with the knobs and the seam lines and the details now, shall we? Okay, now let's talk about the knobs, the seam lines and the details of this unit here. First off, we're gonna start with the smooth bore gun here. I've actually left a knob right on top here, and you can actually easily fix that by cutting it and sanding. You get knobs there, seam lines. Oh yeah, lots of knobs and seam lines, and as always you can actually fix it. And for the units itself, you get the seam lines at the legs here, back up the legs, knobs, sanding, knobs for the forearm, for the shoulder piece, the top one. But then if you look at it, proper seam line removal and knobs will give out the best out of this unit here. And I haven't even done anything yet for panel lining, and it already looks good, but it will be much better once you start detailing this unit here. I'm actually very impressed. Now you get more seam lines here at the backpack. And now why don't we remove this unit here? Okay, now there's no slots here, so you're gonna have some issues actually putting in your custom if you're a straight builder, but customizing shouldn't be any issue. My advice is if you're actually adding some weaponries, special weaponries for the Tieren here, magnet is the answer. You'll actually just have to customize the back. Okay, that's the advice I can give you later on. Now that is actually what I just mentioned is for a tutorial later. Okay, now let's move forward to the articulation test. Okay, so the Tieren ground type, highly advisable. I really do like it. Dynamic poses, basic action base, simple weaponry, and it's based off certain parts of this unit. The Tieren had been based off the Zaku, specifically the mono eye, the shield, and the color scheme, which is actually not bad. I really do like it. Now this unit is a cannon fodder, and you don't see this much locally, and I'm really glad that I was able to acquire this unit here. I can actually highly advise people to get this unit. Even for its age, it's still up to par up to this day, 2007 when this unit was released. The price is actually quite decent, and you can definitely do certain poses and maybe even use this for your diorama on a 00 base diorama, space or ground battle. Yeah, I'm gonna be working on this unit. Gonna practice off sealing the seam lines, the knobs, after I'm done with this review here. So get this when you guys get the chance. Highly advisable. Dynamic pose. Knob seam lines are there, so use this as a practice. Okay, that's all the time that I got, guys. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to click that like and subscribe button if you're not subscribed yet, and maybe share this to your friends or family whenever you guys get the chance if you enjoyed this video. Okay, this is R13. Have a good day, good night, afternoon, wherever you are. Remember, have fun, relax, and enjoy. That is Gunpla. I am signing out for tonight.